Ladies, independence is great, but let's not confuse it with building IKEA furniture by ourselves just to prove a point. We've all been there, sitting cross-legged on the floor with an Allen wrench in one hand and tears in the other, wondering why we didn't just ask for help. But being a strong, independent woman doesn't mean you have to do everything alone. In fact, the strongest women I know when to ask for help, and they do it with confidence. Today we're going to talk about balancing independence with vulnerability, why asking for support doesn't make you weak, and the beauty of relationships built on mutual respect and teamwork. If you're ready to redefine what it really means to be a strong woman, stick around because that's what's on the agenda. Let's start by calling out the myth. Somewhere along the way, strong and independent got twisted into never ask for help. It's as if we believe our value lies in proving we can do everything on our own all the time. But here's the reality. Trying to do it all is exhausting, isolating, and honestly, it's unnecessary. Nobody hands out trophies for burnout. Being strong doesn't mean carrying the entire load by yourself. It means knowing how to manage it. And sometimes that means letting someone else lend a hand. Here's the truth that might make you uncomfortable. Independence without vulnerability, it's a lonely road. Asking for help requires courage. It means admitting that you don't have all the answers, and that's okay. Vulnerability isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign that you're human. And let me tell you something, humans are a lot easier to connect with than superheroes. So think about it. Would you rather be seen as relatable and approachable, or as someone who's so fiercely independent that no one knows how to support you? Letting others in doesn't diminish your strength. It amplifies it. Here's the thing, strong women know their limits. They know when to push through and when to call for reinforcements. Asking for support isn't about giving up, it's about being resourceful. Would you rather spend 4 hours trying to fix your kitchen sink or call a plumber who can do it in 20 minutes? That's not weakness, it's efficiency. The same thing applies to emotional support, whether it's leaning on a friend, a partner, or a therapist. Knowing when to ask for help is a sign of self-awareness and wisdom. And trust me, there's nothing weak about being wise. Now let's talk about relationships. The very best partnerships, romantic or otherwise, aren't about proving who's the most capable. They're about teamwork. In a healthy relationship, both people bring their strengths to the table. Maybe you're great at organizing and he's great at fixing things, or maybe you're the dreamer and he's the practical one, or vice versa. Whatever the dynamic, the key is mutual respect and collaboration. Stop thinking of asking for help as losing points in some imaginary game. The right partner isn't keeping score. They're playing on your team. Now, this one's kind of a tough pill to swallow, but sometimes our hyper-independence isn't about strength at all. It's about fear. If you've ever said, I don't even need anyone, ask yourself where that belief came from. Maybe it's from a time when asking for help left you disappointed or hurt. Maybe it's from a relationship where depending on someone felt like a trap. Whatever the reason, hyper-independence can become a shield, a way of protecting yourself from being let down. But here's the catch. That same shield, it also blocks connection. Recognizing that this could be a pattern for you is the first step to breaking free from it. Let's be clear. I want to take a minute here to welcome Taboo, a new partner to the channel. I know there are women here who aren't currently in a relationship. Some of us have chosen to embrace a single life for now, while others are still looking for someone fantastic before pursuing a physical relationship. What I learned is that there are repercussions for mature women who aren't maintaining an active sex life, and that's why I chose to partner with Taboo. Created by women, for women, their mission is to make sexual self-care feel as natural as our skincare and exercise routines. After a really honest conversation with her own mother about the challenges of sex and menopause, the founder of Taboo partnered with gynecologists, urologists, and pelvic floor physical therapists in order to create a truly gorgeous line of tools, not toys, to help maintain sexual well-being. The Golden Hour Kit, it includes everything you need to help address common symptoms, including dryness, low libido, a lack of body confidence. Things that often come up as our bodies go through very normal hormonal changes. The name isn't encouraging us to keep quiet, and that's why I'm not. We have to have these conversations with one another. So take a closer look at these really glamorous tools. Just check out the link in my description box below and make sure you use the code Carey10 to get your 10% off when you take this first step to prioritize your sexual health. And remember, as my own mother likes to say, use it or lose it. Let's be clear, your value as a person isn't measured by how much you can accomplish without help. Think about it. Do you admire your friends because they're stressed, overworked, and trying to juggle everything alone? Of course not. You love them for who they are, not for how much they can handle. The same goes for you. Learning to delegate, collaborate, or simply say, hey, I need a little help here, doesn't make you less capable. It makes you human. And let me tell you, a little humanity goes a long way. Let's draw a line here. Independence is empowering. Hyper-independence is isolating. Independence says, I can handle things if I need to. Hyper-independence says, I'll do everything myself no matter what. The difference? One leaves room for connection. The other builds walls. And if you're constantly pushing people away because you're afraid of being seen as needy, ask yourself this. Are you protecting your independence or sabotaging your ability to connect? Because real strength comes from knowing when to stand on your own and when to lean on other people. It's about balance, not extremes. Here's the magic word, interdependence. It's the balance between being independent and being connected. Interdependence means you're strong enough to stand on your own, of course, but wise enough to lean on others when you need to. It's about recognizing that we're better together than we are alone sometimes. Think of it like a dance. Sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow, but you're always in sync. That's the kind of connection that allows you to thrive, not just survive. Ladies, being a strong, independent woman doesn't mean you have to do it all alone. It means knowing your worth, embracing your vulnerabilities, and building connections with people who respect and support you. So the next time you're struggling with an Allen wrench or life in general, remember, there's strength in asking for help. It doesn't make you less strong of a woman. It makes you even stronger. If you found this interesting or helpful, you might want to check out this episode on toxic myths that are keeping you single. And hey, before you go, don't forget to give my mom the thumbs up. She once asked me for help with her VCR, so clearly she's on board with this message. And subscribe while you're there. Tap that button like you're assembling your strongest, most supportive team. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and until next time, have a good one.